In Matthew chapter 17, Jesus told the disciples that with just a tiny measure of faith, even the size of a mustard seed, that they could move mountains. Colquitt Christian Academy began with only a few parents and a few students using that mustard seed kind of faith.
One of the great things about CCA is that we get to be a part of creating people who love God and love His kingdom. And as a result, they get to impact this community. I can't wait to see what the Lord does in the coming decades with CCA as we cultivate students who advance God's kingdom.
We started with 43 students. This year we started school with 164. Our goal is to serve those families and students that truly see the difference of what we are and what we're trying to do and want to be a partner in that.
My daughter, last year was her first year. She was having a difficult time with something they were working on in class, and I remember witnessing her teacher pulling her to the side and praying with her. As a mother and a Christian, that just really, warms my heart to know that they're being taught these things at school every day.
I love classical Christian education. I'm a firm believer that this is the best way to educate a child.
Classical Christian education it's a methodology. It uses the trivium to teach math, science, history, literature, fine arts, Bible, and theology. And the stages of the trivium are grammar, logic, and rhetoric. So in the grammar stage, which is our pre-K through 6th grade students, they are building pegs of knowledge, building fundamental facts. And some of the ways that we teach these things is through repetition. They are learning by songs. We do different recitations. And so when they enter the middle school years, which we call the logic stage, they are typically argumentative and want to ask the why question about everything. And so we are trying to teach them how to do that well, but to do it respectfully. The rhetoric stage is the 9th through 12th graders, and they are using all that they have learned so far in the grammar stage and the logic stage to think well, to articulate well, and to be able to express themselves well.
Here at CCA, I teach 4th grade. We are purposely trying to lay the foundation for them to continue to build their education.
Students learn a lot of terms, a lot of definitions, and they learn how to use some of that terminology and stuff to make logical arguments.
So not only are they learning more information, but they're also learning how to take that information and use it and apply the question of what does that mean?
I come from a church with an incredible youth ministry that really pours into their students and kids that will become adults that can stand for the kingdom, that can be ambassadors for Christ. That sounds normal, that that's what a church would do, like that's what they're for. But to have, y'all, I'm gonna cry, but to come outside the church walls and see that happen in a school where there are teachers that are academically challenging students and instructing them to where they're also fostering the growth of students so that they can be ambassadors for Christ is amazing. It's not a normal. That's a God thing. God is all in that.
I am in the 11th grade. One of my favorite things about CCA is the house system. I really enjoy being a house leader. Each student is put in a house, and there are 4 houses, and it just gives you a nice sense of community. Every year, they do a project to serve the community. Our project was collecting donations, monetary and like diapers, diaper wipes for the Hope House. And so that's something that each house does every year. And I feel like that is the way CCA really impacts the community.
Ultimately, it's amazing that God would use individuals like us to take a school from around 40 to what it is today so that we could be a light for the gospel and His kingdom in this community. It's really going to be amazing to see God raise up from our school missionaries, teachers, politicians for the glory of God. Only the great God that we serve can make all of these things possible.
So it's not just about us, it's about our community, and it's about Christ and His ability to move through our community and to do amazing things through our school and our families and our students.
CCA is important because it is the only classical Christian school in our area. For me, it's easy to go wholeheartedly into this and to put resources into it because I see the end result. I see what these kids are getting, that development of the whole child, that spiritual investment in them. I see that as the return. I see that as why we're doing this, and I see that as being worthy of the investment. We are currently launching our capital campaign in a focused effort to expand our facilities. Each donation will be used specifically to construct a new permanent facility on the CCA campus so that the school can meet the needs of its constantly growing enrollment.
So come join us in cultivating students into faithful, noble, compassionate servants who strive to impact the world for God's kingdom.